Hey. All right.
Perfect. Now you can hear?
I can hear. Yes.
All right.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
We're good. Yeah. No.
It's loud in here, the fans.
It's just better when you can hear yourself do it.
Yeah.
And you come with your fucking blunts. Do you smoke blunts or you just joints?
I did. I like the joints. I like the taste of it. I feel, just like to be able to taste it.
No blunts?
I'll hit them.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'd rather smoke.
You're all blunts. You only smoke
like that.
Dutches?
I'm gonna hit right there.
Single leaf, man. No, I don't like the top leaf.
Can you talk about into the mic? I want you to tell your daily routine for getting your blunts.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
That you roll them out like a bunch up and you put them in a fucking tube.
Oh yeah, well, this tube's like real famous. Me in this tube.
Yep.
I don't know. I fucking roll up every day till it's full, 8, 9, 10, and then
I hate rolling up multiple things in a row.
No,
Yeah,
see, I'm not gonna. I hate having to do it, so I don't want to take time out of my fucking whatever I'm doing during the day.
Gets it out of the way right off the rip, man.
Yeah, but see,
I'm
stopping his shit all day long. He's fucking got it.
Like today, I was like, I'm running a half hour late. You know why? Because I looked at my tube. It was one blunt in that bitch. I had to roll up before I left the house.
Shut it down.
See, if I have 8 rolled, I'm gonna smoke 8 right away. Like that's why I roll to like curb my smoking a little bit.
Yeah, he just gets it, like I said, out of the way, one shot.
You pulled up with the donut with the fucking wax in the middle.
Yeah, no, I love those things.
I had to take a break from dabbing.
Yeah, I did too, actually, for a while. I like flower. I also like, we're allowed to do rosin and bubble hash here, so I really, I love, obviously trying that out and taking
Hold up, I just want you guys to know that this is not no fucking green screen backdrop.
Yeah, it's definitely not a green screen.
Oh yeah, we're literally in one of the few New York legal grow-ups in the very month that you're having your first legal harvest in the grow-up. So congratulations.
Yeah, no,
man.
Thank you, man. I do appreciate it.
This is no green screen, no.
This is that official walk in the pines. You know.
How much weed do you think's in this room right now?
I mean, that's a solid question. I don't know. This is a larger greenhouse, so we have a full term one as opposed to something like deprivation ones. It just really depends. So, but it's great, man. It's really it's harvest time, man. It's coming down.
How many pounds do you think is in this? Because I need people to know the sheer amount.
Mark could give me a good estimate on this one, but I'm not really too sure.
Mark's like that dude exactly. At the carnival who can guess your weight.
He does, man. He's great. He's phenomenal with the naming too, as well. He's got some great names. So
man, bro,
I really I look forward to those as we smoke different strains, naming them.
I don't know. I know it's about probably $2 million worth of money in this bitch, and whoever says money doesn't.
He only sees it as weight of money.
I know whoever said money doesn't grow on trees doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, because it for surely does, as you can see here.
Yeah, we worked long and hard, man, this year as well as over the last couple of years for this, and it's just been awesome.
Why do you think they kept it illegal for so long?
It's New York. It just kind of. I don't know, kind of just dragged their feet with it.
It makes zero sense.
Yeah, it all happened at once. It was like it wasn't there, it was talked about, and then there was a light switch, and then they just gave it all.
But I mean, what do you think about the plant? Made it illegal for so long.
I could tell you why it was illegal for so long, why it went illegal in the first place, was because the military used to make all of the tents, the uniforms, everything used to be made from hemp, okay? And then you guys know DuPont, like Stainmaster carpets and shit. He invented nylon and Teflon and all that shit. Well, he wanted the government contract for them to make the tents and the rope and everything. Fuck hemp. He wanted it made out of his new thing that he invented, nylon. So millions upon millions lobbying got it made illegal, and that's one of the reasons why. But it's so this fucker could fucking make tents and ropes for the military, so now we couldn't smoke, or you're demonized for doing it. You know what I mean?
It was always like a taboo thing, obviously,
But that's one of the big why for the money.
But why do you think like that? I mean, I get that, but like, why do you think they then kept it for so long? Because it's crazy the amount of money that they can make from weed, and I don't think nylon's making that much money right now.
Because the government made a hell of a lot of money imprisoning people.
Yeah,
they get $39,000 for every inmate that's locked up. So if you can get some guy locked up for a year or two for some bullshit ass weed, and all of a sudden you just made 60, 70 grand from this guy.
It's been, it's just crazy. I think New York State was just going to be one of the later ones. They wanted more research and whatnot, but like I said, it just all happened.
And that's why
like that.
It's hard to come out of the shadows, is because it was illegal for so long. But
Right.
now we're in a legal grow up. Like, think about this 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you
I
could
couldn't
not
have,
be.
I couldn't fathom.
You
it.
wouldn't be here 10, 20 years ago.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
though, to be able to do what we're doing now, for you to have a legal grow up.
Listen,
No,
man,
definitely.
I would do anything for this guy, right? And 10, 20 years ago, we could have known each other since we were born. He would have never have brought me here. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just a difference.
It's a complete difference, and like I said, I'm glad that we were able to do this first interview for all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Is it a hard transition mentally?
Oh yeah, definitely so, But it's all it's all.
did it now.
I know.
It's nervous, but I can remember the first time I did one. It was like, what? Interview? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, not only the interview. I mean, the interview is cool. Just kind of everything. Like I said, with this, but it's all good, man. It's changed. I'm glad. Like I said, we're able to sit here and do this. You guys are able to see this stuff and the plants and whatnot. And it's awesome. So,
Is legalization all good? Is there still shit that's fucked with it as someone who's in the system?
yeah, I mean, legalization is always going to be fucked. I feel a lot of the rules and stuff that they put out really, more so maybe hinder the folks that are producing it and cultivating it, and
Like what?
the way the regulations and the taxes are, obviously a big part of it, and obviously they, folks take data from all other states and see what's going to work the best for them, and the taxes.
What is the taxes in New York? Because in Mass, I know it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the breakdown of it. It's very similar. They took that tri-state, kind of thing, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and then also is kind of how they, from my understanding, they really put that together. But it's a higher tax rate for sure.
The mentality changed when they realized how much money they could get off of it.
Yeah. And I think COVID had a huge part of it too. Folks were struggling, the economy was struggling, everything was struggling. And like I said, they talked about it for a whole year, if not more, and then boom, it was just legal, and they gave you everything, all right in one thing. So
You think weed's the way to save the economy in that way?
I mean, I don't know. Is a way definitely to get some money back. It's definitely not going to save the economy, but obviously it's a way for folks to generate money. So I don't know, but like I said, it just happened all quick.
I think it's a big bailout for the economy, and I think it's a way to let half of these politicians off the hook, because they've been making these screwed up budgets and everything for so long, and now here comes the big taboo, scary weed that's going to come save the day all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely it's great for the economy, obviously.
And look at what this is. I was saying, it's so funny. I grew up in a farm town. So, like, I was walking through this, and it just there's a mentality about, like, it's just a fucking farm, like a tomato farm or like anything else, with a higher profit margin. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like it's fun.
You say big scary weed. Like, what's scary about it?
That's how they
exactly
forever. No, there's 100 times more benefits from weed than there are negative, connotations or anything that could happen from using it or doing it. It's not even. It's absurd that it was.
Yeah.
You could be considered a criminal.
Right.
For having some weed or smoking some weed. It's insanity. Right. And on that note, it's insanity that they're even making it to where they're gonna get taxes or anything for it. You need a license to grow it. This is a fucking plant.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, everybody should be able to grow it. Anybody else should be able to grow this. It's a fucking, it's not some invented thing. Like, it was here. You know what I mean? It's been here. It's here. It comes from a seed.
You can walk upon one randomly.
Right. Like, it's bullshit that you have to get a license and have all these rules to grow some shit. They should have the same exact rules to grow a fucking sunflower then.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, that's the state. 100%. So
I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's funny. So, like, when I first started smoking weed, it was still a little bit, like, scary. But still, I'm younger, so it was nowhere, like, first time growing. So this is long time ago, statute of limitations on it. Like, that's probably a much different situation. A very, like, that is when it's scary, but scary from the other way.
Yeah.
Scary about what happens if you get caught for growing something that's just like growing a fucking a vegetable or a flower or whatever.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy to me, you know. I don't know. Just like Mark said, you know, the folks that have been in prison for marijuana is crazy. It's stupid. You know, I mean, these folks are, you know, alcohol to me, and go on this topic forever, but it's just the things that have caused damage to that is just way worse than the effects that marijuana have, and it's just this whole political thing, I think. That's all it is.
Where could you grow, like, the first time you grew? Like, I feel like it would have to be in a fucking...
Yeah, it's like...
You know what I mean? You can't do it in a fucking, like, oh, I'm going to do it in my backyard.
No, it definitely...
Depends on where you live.
Yeah, it depends where you live, I
mean? But
guess.
most people... That's why I will put a New York indoor grower up against any Cali, anywhere indoors, man. That's what we do. We've had to hide. We've had to invent sneaky ass ways where they get to, you know, outdoor they'll smash us, bro. It's not even a question. They get fucking the best sunlight 10 months out of the year. It's not even crazy.
Yeah.
If you go out there, I've seen 4-leaf clovers this big. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, literally clovers this big, man.
And that's one of the challenges around here. Just the climate, just outside, both in greenhouses. It's just the humidity out here in the summer is wild, and you know it creates all sorts of different negative effects for the plant if you're not proactive on top of shit. So definitely different climate, much more humid. It's crazy.
Is it a completely different type of growing, indoor versus outdoor?
Yes.
I'm coming in as a complete novice.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm a weed enthusiast,
obviously,
but that's...
your indoor room is fully controlled and climate controlled, and airflows and fans, and you know everything you need to make it most optimal to grow the best, you know, product. You know, obviously with greenhouses and new age stuff, you can obviously do that too. And you know, we've seen some really, really great products come out of that stuff. Awesome products come out of that stuff. But just again, the indoor stuff, just the climate, you're able to control. And the humidity out here, like I said, man, I can just keep talking about that because it's all we've battled my whole life.
But you're talking about New York indoor, like, you had to be sneaky with that. They had to be sneaky with that shit, like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
And so we didn't have the luxury of just to plant a whole bunch of shit or the space to really go... You know what I mean? There's nowhere really in New York where I mean, even out these farmlands, you think it's farmlands, okay, but there's a next farm, like, jammed right on the top of yours. It's just not open state land and stuff like that like there is... out west, you know, there's just a lot of state land, man. Where
it's tough, you know, without. I mean, obviously it gets grown around here. It has for a long time, you know, and whatnot in the state. But you know, the weather and whatnot, you really have to get the right strains. Ones that finish early around here, they yield right, really. So,
do you remember your first harvest, like that feeling, like when you did it for the first time?
Yeah, I definitely do.
What was that like?
It was awesome, you know, really just to put all that energy into something. You know, and see it really come out like that was just amazing. Obviously, probably wasn't the best. It was my first one, but just to see a product come out and really a start everything for me was fucking sweet, you know, and that's kind of really been my passion.
It's nothing like smoking your own shit, bro.
How was that feeling compared to right now?
Wow. Yeah, it's, I think it's kind of almost the same thing, you know what I mean? And this is like, I don't know, it's like having I don't know, you know, 9 months of just madness, really, just to come to it, you know, the end and be able to harvest your product and see the hard work that you put into, you know, everything, you know. And
this guy's up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Thankfully, again, like I said, I keep saying I have a wonderful person that's really supported our farm and supported our stuff here as well as the movement, and I'm able to go there at 4 in the morning and get a lot of shit, and able to come out here and do the things we need to do.
He just takes what he wants.
So you know,
leaves a list and we ring him up. Leaves a list and rings him up.
Yeah,
and leaves.
So you know, it really makes a lot of help. Yeah, I mean, we're up every day, and especially right now, we've just been on the grind. You know, the last probably 15 days or so, just harvesting, getting everything down, making sure it cures right in our wonderful state-of-the-art dry rooms that we have. For this stuff. So we're almost there.
You're like a real ass farmer. It's not like
I am a real
people
think.
You know what I mean? People probably glamorize this life.
That's what
more than it is.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that makes me laugh a lot too. You know, folks are like, "Oh, I want to do all this." It's fucking backbreaking, man. People have no fucking idea what it's like. You know, yeah, you're 110. You got no shirt on. It's, you know, you're plants, but you're in this greenhouse. And it might be 100 outside, but it's probably 125 in this shit.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, obviously because of the plastic enclosures and whatnot. And then you want to add the humidity on it. It's just wild. So it's like being in Florida during the day in here. So it's crazy.
And I'm not talking about this to diminish the hard work, because the hard work is crazy. But isn't that kind of what anything you really want to do in life?
Yeah, man,
it's going to be way more difficult than the glamorized version of it. But if you really love it, you're going to do it no matter what.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a passion, and, you know, I'll take a lot of it's glamorized, and I've seen a lot of folks that, you know, we've maybe had up here or whatnot, you know, and it's hard work, man. You're a fucking farmer, you know. It's really hard work on a daily basis, but the end result is wild. You know, my girlfriend said it best, like having a baby. You know, it's 9 months, you know, the start, and then it's like you harvest. It's, you know, and she's freaking right, because it's been 9 months of just wildness. So, but it's great.
Same timeline.
Yeah, it pretty much is, man. You know, from starting whatever your seeds and clones, and you know, getting everything ramped up for the year, and then starting out and finishing. So it's fucking crazy. It's just crazy to see it all, but it's good shit.
We were talking about this on the ride up, how you're kind of the same way, where it's like you have so much shit going on that your only movement is forward. And isn't that what you have to do? Like,
yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
So many problems happen. You got to be able to fucking fix it and go.
Oh man, and that's
what. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear all about the fucking problem. I either tell me after the problem has been fixed. Tell me that's what I want you to tell me about the problem, or tell me about the problem and how you're gonna go fix it. Like, what's the solution?
Yeah.
We're not gonna sit around hemming and hawing. We're gonna just fucking.
Yep. You know, everything's really, you know, on schedule usually here, but things change, you know. The plants talk to you, they tell you what's going on. So, you know, I feel like an air traffic controller some days. You know, I'm on the phone, you know, doing this, we're ordering stuff, you know, for the farm, you know, just everything. So
what does that mean, the plants talk to you?
Like I said, they know when they're done, you know. We know we need to take them down. So,
how?
Know, by just, you know, going through, obviously, we've been growing, testing some of the strains that we've had for a while now, and just know when the plants finish, you know, when they're ready to be taken down.
You mean energy? They speak to you through energy?
Shit, yeah, they definitely speak to me.
And like, they'll give signs, like the leaves.
Trust me, I go deep into the, like, energy, spiritual, not even whatever, but I want to hear what your actual belief is on, like, the plant speaking to you, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, every plant finishes differently, you know. There's some that are 7-week finishers, 8-week finishers, 9-week finishers. So, you know, we really have that kind of honed in to see when the plant really matures to the fullest.
You have to build a relationship with the plant?
Yeah, you definitely do, man. Sure. This is, we've put all our, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into it. So, yeah, we have
more strain than a specific plant.
Yeah. Yep. We put it.
You know what I mean?
Put our blood,
you want to
sweat,
learn a
shit,
strain,
so.
not that little plant. Once you know the little characteristics of your strain, you can manage the plants. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we've really dialed in some strains and done. My partner's phenomenal, Jake, with the breeding stuff, and I really learned a shit ton of stuff from him with that. And you know, we really crossed some really cool shit that, you know, I've, you know, found from seed bags, which is probably how I got a couple of these really great strains I've had, you know, in the last 10 years, and we've just been breeding stuff, and it's just really crazy to see all the new flower that comes out from that. So it's awesome. Me and Mark were just talking about that. We were walking through there. They smell like frozen waffles. So it's just really cool.
What did you think it smelled like?
I thought it smelled like frozen. You know, when you put the waffles in the toaster and they're getting hot and shit before they come out, it was like that.
Like
you know?
the blueberry ones? Like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they're not done yet. They're just in the toaster and shit still, you know. So I don't know. It's just really cool, all that breeding stuff, and I learned a lot from him, you know, with that. And
how did you meet your partner?
I met him from a good friend of mine. We knew each other and whatnot, but really kind of just put all this stuff together with my other partner, Michael, as well, too. So kind of we all got introduced together.
How'd you guys meet?
Go ahead.
The business, man. We're the business.
He gave me this big build-up about, don't ask me this before we're on the podcast.
No,
we're not podcasting beforehand. And now that's
coming out
that's
right.
The dumbass answer
he has a weed farm. I sell weed farm supplies.
Yep. Yeah, man. He's.
I thought there was a bigger. You were the one who made it. Like I had to ask you it on the goddamn podcast.
No, we got introduced from another acquaintance of ours. And like I said, I felt Mark's vibe, and I seen what we had as well too, and not only that, but with the music and the art and just my partners and I, we love that shit, and we just really want to create this culture and vibe with the stuff we have, kind of how we've seen with other brands and shit. So it's just really, to me, it was just really this organic kind of collaboration that was fucking awesome, man. And he's really, bent over backwards, and I do the same, and it's just an awesome relationship, man. So it's cool.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. We have like it really is like a symbiotic relationship. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we just everywhere where there's like a little space. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm missing this and I might need help with that.
Yeah.
But as
vice versa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
as you said before, coming out of the shadows, it's hard. 10 years ago, you would never bring him here. It's hard to then build a relationship like you guys have.
Yeah, no,
10 years ago, he couldn't have came into my hydroponic shop, and we couldn't even have talked about growing cannabis.
Nah, yeah, you couldn't even.
Like, we would act like we're growing fucking tomatoes and cucumbers. And
yeah.
shit. Oh my God! Like when you go into a smoke shop, it still says for tobacco use only.
Use only. Yeah.
Who's doing mole rips out of the $700 bottle?
You go in there and buy hella shit, but it'd be a very awkward fucking conversation. I mean, obviously you know what's going on, but. Yeah, times are just different now. So, like I said, just the vibe and everything, and
not for nothing. Like, if it wasn't for like us being partnered up with like a farm of this size and like one of the legal ones, like, and this I don't care what hydroponic store you have, if you're not partnered up with one or two or three of these guys, like really exclusive, you're probably not gonna win.
Yeah.
Just by the way it's gonna go, by the way why everything's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
you're not gonna win if you're not trying to be the best.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a grind.
Shout out to all the other.
Both of you know what I'm talking about, though, and I'm not saying, but you don't have to compare yourself to anyone, and you can still want to be the best.
Oh, 100%, man.
I don't need to be the best hydro store or the best. It's everything that we're doing is why we're not the same as anyone else. I don't need to be the best hydro shop. We're just not the same type of hydroponic shop.
Yes.
We are just a completely different type of.
You also have music. We're talking full weed right now, and this motherfucker could announce some of the biggest albums in underground hip hop that are his albums right now. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I get everything else that's going on.
Some shit. We're working here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like with him, like he's offered out of nowhere. I'm just telling him as a guy, I'm excited telling him about stuff, and he's first thing out of his mouth is, well, if you need 20, 30 grand to make your shit go, like. Whatever help I can do.
Right. And that's kind of like what I said before, like, it's I'll do whatever for him, and it's kind of the same thing. And, I want to see all this succeed. And I'm about the future, I'm not, there's so many people out there that are just for that one little piece of that shit. I'm about the future, and, there's so many different things that this shit can bring with that collab. So it's fucking really cool, man. And I've always wanted to do something with the hydro shop too, and I've just never had that, but his is different. It's that music, it's that art, it's just a whole different culture and vibe. It's just, I don't know, it's amazing, and I like it, and we're gonna do some big things.
It's just like the plants, right? It's an energy thing.
100%.
Something that's
That's a good way to put it. I never fucking heard that. I like that.
I forget who even said it, and I don't want to misquote it, but it was something like, if we could explain like energy, then there would be no point. Like, if we could explain the unexplainable, there'd be no point in like living type thing. Right. And that's, I think, as a podcaster and as a comedian, I'm very like, I just want to get down to like trying to explain the unexplainable, like what that energy is, because I think that's one of the most important things that this world runs on.
Yeah.
It's like, are you doing it for you, or are you trying to be someone you're not?
No. I'm not only doing this for myself, but everybody that works here, and people that want to see that success and
start a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's
you said you have the same feeling now that you did when you were 19.
I really
and you
do.
grew your
it's
first.
Crazy, and I've obviously seen some stuff, and it's just
It's a little bit more exciting when you're 19. You're hoping to make a couple bucks. He's like, I'm about to be a fucking billionaire in the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know what your future held when you grew that first?
Billionaire, bro. That's not an exaggeration. They're gonna be billionaires.
Goddamn, I hope so, man. Fuck. It's on the beach. I'm so damn tired right now. But yeah, no, I had no idea what that was gonna do. I knew that I loved it, and obviously I like to smoke, so that was great too. But like I said, I took a passion from it, and
you have to more than like them to smoke to build it to this 23 years later.
For sure, yeah.
You have to more than love it and like it to do before you could do this. The shit that you put your life on the line every day when you left your house. You put your freedom on the line. You risk your life and your freedom every day.
Yeah.
So you better love it. It better be a lifestyle. You better not have half fucking 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It better be what you love.
Yeah.
And on top of that, COVID hits. You start doing all the crazy paperwork, which I do want to hear about the paperwork. I know it sounds boring, and people are probably, but like people listening
I can just
who
give
want
you
to.
a really understanding. So I mean, obviously, how everything started is from CBD, and we were one of the first people that were in a pilot program. My partner and his partner had gotten that, before I had gone on board with everything a couple years ago or whatnot. But that's kind of
so just growing legal CBD.
Yeah, so just growing legal CBD, and then obviously they kind of mimic some of these other states and let the CBD farmers really get the first crack at having that cultivation license. So that's kind of how all that stuff happened with us.
Is that why people started growing CBD in the first place? Is knowing that one day it's going to change over?
Obviously the hope. A couple other states had done that. Colorado is one of the one. From my understanding, and a lot of data show that they use the CBD farmers to kind of transition into the, that with the weed. So yeah, that was obviously the hope.
Is CBD bullshit?
No, I think it has, it has its medicinal purposes.
Listen,
I just want to know. I want to know.
I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people that use it for sleep and different creams and lotions and shit like that. I mean,
it's not bullshit.
It's not bullshit, at all. It's
I know.
It's unfortunate the market tanked. That's what was the bullshit part about it, and a lot of just big corporations took over, and tons of people lost money in the CBD industry. So it was really tough, with that. But the medicinal purposes, I see people take it all the time. From sleep to, pain creams and stuff like that. I've used it before, as well too.
Is Delta 8 bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's it's.
Listen, man.
Is Delta 8 bullshit?
Is Kubrick Zirconian bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you want to know it's crazy, and I'm going to be putting them on blast, so I apologize. Yeah. But the festival Rolling Loud. Have you ever heard of that? Huge festival. Yeah. Their gift baskets to artists were Delta 8.
Because it's federally illegal, so you can't take
Don't give me anything.
THC products from one place to the other, to the other, to the other. It's illegal to ship it. But you can do the Delta 8, the new ones. What's the 10? Did you see that one?
Yeah, there's all sorts of different cannabinoids.
Some guy tried to sell me some shit, had a big ass X on it, Delta X. I'm like, bitch, ain't X on something bad? I don't want anything to do with that. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
You ever wake up and have one of those days that you just wish there was someone there to talk to, or a way to just figure something out that you can't in your life? And unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual like that, but there are things to help you out, like BetterHelp. BetterHelp has therapists that are trained to help you figure out your challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. BetterHelp has helped 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, accessible anywhere, and 100% online. Everyone deserves to feel their best. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. As the world's largest therapy service, they've matched millions of people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. All the benefits of in-person therapy, plus it's more convenient, more accessible, and more affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. It's there, right for you, right there. So get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/buckedup. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/buckedup, BUCKEDUP. Make sure to get the help that you need with BetterHelp. Let's get back into it.
But yeah, I mean, from what we saw and growing and whatnot, there was a lot of medicinal purposes for it.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Give me some old-fashioned fucking weed.
Because don't you think, because there could be no studies on it, there's a lot of misconceptions about everything?
Delta 8 is the team that killed Osama bin Laden.
I don't know, everybody.
Real,
I mean,
I don't want to take nothing that sounds like it was invented to kill me.
Yeah, it's
it
something
does.
that,
It sounds like chemical weed,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That, bro, I'm good.
yeah.
But I think there is misconceptions about, is CBD bullshit? Like, what actually goes into growing weed? I think it's I think that's going to be coming out a lot in the next few years.
Yeah.
I know some people that smoke the CBD and eat it through, making it into edibles and stuff. That I have a friend of my family, he just had a liver transplant and refused to take the pills, any pain pills, just because he's had history of heroin and all kinds of other crazy shit in his family, and he won't take them. He won't take any pain. He won't even take Advil. But he don't even smoke weed. But he smoked the CBD. I had to beg this guy, and he's like, "Holy shit, man!"
Yeah.
He couldn't believe that it really worked. It didn't knock the pain. It wasn't gone, but it made it bearable.
The reason I ask, and I know I'm saying it in kind of a sly way, is because my mom and my grandmother deal with severe pain, and they are willing to try CBD products,
Right.
but they're not willing to try THC products.
Oh,
so
God,
when I ask
that's
you,
my mom right there.
when I
too.
ask you about it in a sly way, it's because I'm really trying to see, would this really help them?
It will help.
Because they're people who don't. I want them to be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plants, not pills, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and it's
Plants,
just
not pills,
Just like
I like
Mark
that.
said right there, man. I saw so many people when I was younger. Just there's a lot of shit from the pills, and I saw a lot of people, stop the pills and use marijuana to kind of help themselves. So I saw a lot of different medicinal
That even
benefits
ties in
and
with
shit
the
from
music,
it.
man.
you know?
These days, these kids, everything's man. We came from the era of the music I used to listen to. They glorified the hustler.
Yeah.
They glorified the motherfucker making the monies.
Yep.
Nowadays it's the user.
Yeah.
The little fiend on the corner is the one glorified. It's insanity. It's insanity. You are not cool on some Xanaxes and other pills and shit. You are retarded.
I don't
You
even
look
smoke
crazy.
tobacco on some real shit, but you know what I mean? I smoke a lot of weed. And it's just weed. I tried weed and mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean that's
Same thing
always
here, man.
It's a good stopping point.
Yeah, and DMT,
Yeah.
and DMT a few times.
Yeah,
but
we talked about
but
that
only
shit,
with
too.
a shaman.
Yeah.
I do it
I
with a
haven't
real
tried
shaman.
DMT.
You have
But I
to.
want
I guess
to.
we should.
Yeah, I have a real shaman.
Right. I mean, we're.
Oh, yeah,
you
let-
can't
you
say
gotta
no
bring
then.
me.
I'll
Who is it?
introduce you to my
It's
shaman.
not Danny Brown, is
sometime.
it? Your shaman's not Danny fucking Brown.
Your mom's still a THC,
Oh,
no
God, my
THC
mom-
CBD.
God, she's so wonderful. She's just old school Italian, and she just, I don't know, it's always taboo for her and whatnot. And it's just funny having conversations and shit with her now, just with everything.
You ever
but
get
it's
high
like-
with her?
Oh, God, no. I should probably start crying. She's just, like I said, she's, if you've seen Goodfellas, she's kind of just like the old school Italian lady in there. And, I got her to try the CBD when she had the back pain and whatnot. That's kind of her stopping point of things.
And it helped?
Yeah, I mean, she definitely said it helped. She's got back issues and whatnot, so she said it helped her. And
My mom has knee issues,
Yeah.
so I want to...
but I don't know, I don't know, just my mom was just old school with it, and it just wasn't one of those things she liked, so.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know. I did edibles with my dad once. I mean, he doesn't give a fuck. My mom's the one that I feel like weed would help her. I feel like that generation, a lot of it needs to relax. Take
Yeah,
some.
no, I always-
you know what I
I
mean?
always told my mom.
With pain and everything.
I was raised by a hip. My mom was an old hippie, so I grew up with that shit. I used to
Yeah.
walk out there and be fucking bags and bags, all kind of shit. man.
It's mad funny because I'm in a world now where I'm always smoking weed. And then, like, you know the band Wilco? You ever heard of the band Wilco?
No.
They're like a dad band, kind of, from the early 2000s. I went to the concert, and it was an outdoor concert. And I'm smoking a joint, and people are giving me dirty looks.
Oh, yeah, you can't
I'm like,
do that.
it's 2022 at an outdoor concert. Why? I can't smoke weed right now?
Yeah, no, I took my girl to a concert like that, and I was about to light one up. She's like, what are you doing? You cannot smoke that shit here. I'm like, why? I'm like, she's like, just look around you. And I'm like, all right, whatever, word. So I put it back in my pocket. Thank God I didn't, because probably would not go.
Wildest place you guys have smoked?
What'd you say?
Wildest place you've smoked?
Oh.
Fuck, man.
Oh, definitely.
Like you mean like crazy lots of people, like big things?
No, just like to you, the most wild smoke experience you had.
Oh, shit, I definitely got drunk on an airplane. I took a bunch of vape hits before I was high as fuck and drunk, so that was definitely an interesting experience.
But you didn't smoke like a joint on an
Oh,
airplane.
God, no. They would have.
I've hit vapes on airplanes.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah.
but I mean...
I took 1,500 milligrams and took flew to L.A.
What, edibles?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you, man. I don't even do edibles either. I thought
Edibles
I saw...
don't, man, I don't
Man, I thought I saw
fucking
Jesus.
Fat boy or fucking.
So-
I
my
almost
tolerance
got-
is too high, but they just don't do it for me.
Yeah, they...
I have to eat thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking milligrams. I felt something from an edible once, and I mean, I felt a little something, and I got so excited, and I literally sat there and ate a whole bag of shit. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
felt
even
it,
tell you the
unfortunately,
amount of
so
milligrams.
I had kind of one, well, not one and done. I tried it a couple times, but I had one time I just definitely ate too much when I was out with my
I
friend.
don't even eat the edibles.
I won't even fucking, they scare the shit out of me now, man. Ever since that experience, I was out west with one of my homeboys, and we were on the way to a baseball game, and we just stopped at a dispensary, and I ate 1,000 milligram chocolate, and it kicked in during the game, and it was fucking crazy, so... I definitely don't want to ever fucking feel like that
Last time
again.
I took 1,000 milligrams, I was watching Chopped with my mom, and I just started crying for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I should have eased into it, because
I still want to know the wildest place you guys have smoked. I almost got, you know what Sagrada Familia is? That big church in Barcelona? It's like a famous old church. I almost got arrested bringing weed in there.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I almost got arrested twice in Barcelona for weed.
I climbed up the side of a waterfall, like when we were younger, like literally climbed up the side of this bitch, and about halfway up there was like a little plateau.
Wait.
And we all just sat there and hung out and fucking was burning. That was kind of like the most, like the coolest place, like sitting up there like that with the fucking water like going over your head. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, I think for me it's more cooler places. I always just fucking smoked. I mean,
I smoke everywhere.
I smoke
That's
everywhere.
how-
Yeah.
If
you
you
know,
see me somewhere,
yeah.
I'm definitely.
I don't know. I like
'cause
the
I don't
waterfall
go.
thing, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, I climbed
Like-
a mountain and I smoked at the top of the mountain, and
I've
that
done
was
that
pretty
too.
dope.
I'm all about sitting on the beach, man, smoking nothing but good weed. I'm totally content with that shit, especially right now after what I've had this year. I can't
You ever been to
wait.
Cape Cod?
Yeah, I have.
That's where I'm originally from.
Oh, word, no shit.
I was born on Cape Cod.
Yep, I went there one time. It was nice, for sure.
It's super beachy.
Super beachy, yeah, for sure.
It's one of those things. I grew up there, so I never was like, oh, the beach. It's right there.
Right.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I like going back and like one off day. Like
hate the fucking beach.
I spent my birthday at the beach smoking with like 5 friends.
Yeah, I just want to relax.
You hate it?
I hate the beach.
I feel like
I don't like the
you give
sand.
off energy that you don't like the
I'm
beach.
not-
If I met you and you asked me, do you think I like the beach? I'd say no.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to...
Everywhere around me, I fucking can't stand. I think of all that shit.
I'd say yes to you. If I met you, I'd be like, he
Fuck,
loves
man.
the
Yeah,
beach.
couple nice drinks on the beach. I'm good.
I'm
to
the guy
go,
at the
man.
beach in pants and Timberlands.
Yo, this is such a deep cut on the podcast, but for my birthday, with Jay, my friend Jay, who's like done pop-ins on the podcast, has his fucking wife beater on at the beach in his shoes. Just said he
that's
won't
me.
go in the water.
I'm definitely not going in that nasty ass water. Well, listen, man, our beach is fucking polluted. If you go
Yeah,
in there,
that's...
you might get
he's
yeah,
got a
that's
great
true. That's not
point.
the
That's
ocean.
nothing-
It's
yeah.
not the
shitty
ocean.
beach we
Yeah.
got here.
Yeah, I don't go in
Hell
that either.
no,
I'm talking
bro.
about we go to
Were you
Florida,
always an
stuff like-
outdoorsy guy?
No, not at all. I definitely wasn't. I enjoyed doing that stuff when I was younger or whatnot, but I wasn't
See,
like
that
an
type of shit
outdoorsy.
that we do, like camping and all that. Yeah, I love
I don't
that.
know. I went.
See, I don't like camping.
Yeah, I woke
I don't
up
want to
and
sleep in a
I
tent.
woke up, in the rain,
my
and I was
fucking hands are
floating,
so sticky.
and I was floating on
Look at
that
the
fucking
resin.
air
Can you
mattress.
see it? My hands
So-
are black from touching these fucking plants.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. Yeah, that's that time too, man. So, but yeah, no camping for me anymore, man. I mean, I will, if I have to.
All right.
Camping every day.
I know that. I do want to know, how do you get weed into all the different dab forms?
Right. So, I mean, depending on the extraction process you use for it, there's bubble hash, rosin, live rosin, BHO extraction.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see I don't really even know the difference between.
Yeah, so it just depends on the method they use to extract the material.
And each one just is a different high. Like, what's the difference? I see. I'm the type that I smoke good shit when you put it in front of me, but I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, people talk about the quality and stuff. I don't know. I've smoked some of the best quality of each, from batters to shattered, rosin to live rosin to diamonds, and I mean,
the live rosin.
What
the
you
big
put
thing,
to your making whatever you're making is what's going to come out. You put some crap in there, you're going to get crap that comes out. So, that's kind of what I tell people a lot. When I see things, and
what's the highest quality dab? Like what?
I mean, you have your rosin and live rosin are obviously your highest. I mean, the most money for a product in terms of a dab.
And how much weed goes into a gram of live rosin?
It's going to be strain dependent, like we were kind of talking about with different things up there. Yeah.
You're happy as shit if you get 30% back. Like you're ecstatic. What would you say? Right?
I mean, I don't know. Things are 3.5%. Some are, 10%. I've seen.
So
it's just
out of the weed that you use, you get 3.5% dabs to grams.
So I mean, it's based per pound. It's kind of how
So like, if you get 100 grams of weed, you'll get 3.5 grams. You'll get an eighth from that.
100 grams of weed. So I never like to tell people. So I know I'm going to keep saying that, but I never like to tell people because it's strain dependent. I mean, I've seen some strains have dumped like 10% wax, and other ones I might get 3%, which is a huge difference, So it just really depends, and it really depends the method you're using too.
In each strain, is it the strain that goes to the different dabs?
Yeah, so everything's strain specific, in terms of, obviously rosin and all, your live rosin and whatnot for the process of it. I mean, you could probably mix different flowers and make, any kind of rosin you want to. But yeah, usually it's strain specific.
You're not a dabber either.
No, I don't like to.
I like it in the joint, like in the paper.
I like it in the joint.
I don't.
I took a little.
I just want to smoke my.
Your
top
Dutch
grade flower.
You have a favorite strain?
God, I got a couple favorite strains actually.
It's the space candy, his own. It's fire.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones, and I found that.
I want to try the space candy.
Yeah, definitely. I found that out of a seed bag that I actually got like 5 or 6 years ago. We just crossed it with. We made a male that's iced out. We crossed that with a lot of different genetics that we have, and just the smell and the terps and the frost comes off the plant's amazing once we cross the shit. So it's really cool.
It's crazy seeing how frosty some of these fucking, especially like when it goes down the leaves. Like
so these are just like these are just depths too. These are light depths. It's kind of like the middle.
Yeah.
Like you get your outdoor, you got your light depths, and then you got your indoor weed. That's kind of how it goes. You know what I mean?
So this one's a full-term greenhouse that we have here. Like I told you before, the other ones are light deprivation greenhouses. So this one will go from, the time we plant it till the time it's finished. There's no, light automating stuff. So.
And you said you have a bunch of people working here with you.
Yep.
Are you trying to ramp it up for your next one? Like, are you already thinking about what your next grow is going to be?
I mean, obviously, we want to get bigger. Like Mark said, you always want to be the best at things. And, our goal is to really have, the best product out there and the best clothing and the best collabs and all that stuff. Really to, be ready and hit the ground running for January 1. So.
What happens January 1?
Supposedly you're going to be able to sell the product January 1. To dispensaries that are going to be opening. So that's our hope.
And what is the dispensary situation going to be?
So in terms of how many there's going to be, or?
Yeah, like you have to get licensed.
Oh, yeah. So the licensing process already closed. I believe it was the 28th of last month it closed. Or the month before. I can't remember what it was. But
you think one day it's going to be like liquor stores?
Yeah, so there was a big thing the other day that it was crazy that some chain gas stations looking into, once they federally make it legal, just signing contracts with some of these big companies. So they're going to be able to sell this shit right in a gas station. So it's
once
just...
it goes federal, it's over.
Federal.
It doesn't really matter what
crazy,
the fuck the state.
Yep.
It's over after that.
You know,
and did both of you never think that would happen in your lifetime?
I never did. Bro, listen, man. Nas didn't even think it was, man. He based the whole goddamn song around the fact of outlandish shit that he would never think would ever happen in life, right? Right? Yeah. Imagine smoking weed in the streets was on the fucking list of the most outlandish shit that you could think of from being from New York.
That's a great fucking song too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just to put it in perspective from that way, you know, nobody thought this shit. Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah.
And it's all because of COVID.
I don't think it was from COVID. It was just when it happened.
COVID gave it a push.
It gave it a huge push just for, where they thought and they knew the economy was going to go after all that stuff happened. So that's my thought about it, it just happened so damn fast. So not fast, but just they went from not talking about it to boom, here it's legal. So, so it's there now.
Yeah. How long of a process was it for you to become legal?
So in terms of when we applied, it took, I'd have to say 3 to 4 months. 4 months, I'd have to say. Yeah.
It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
His whole life to build up.
Yeah, my whole life.
Be real with it.
Yeah. But in terms of when we applied to when we got it, it was, it was a fucking process.
Explain your whole lifetime, because I understand it, but I want to hear.
No, I just
explain your whole lifetime. That's a funny question to ask.
I don't know. You always, as someone that grows shit and does things back in the day, you're always like, God, it'd be great to be legal, and then it happens, and it's kind of just like I told you before. It's just like, I don't know. It's just you're jaded, not jaded, but you're dumb. It's crazy.
There's tens of thousands of people that have been growing in New York forever. Okay, even the fact that it became legal, it was only still a select few of them who had the fucking the will and the fucking oomph to get up and go really do it and really make it legal and have the dream, because it's like winning the lotto. It really is. Thousands of people applied, only X amount of people are getting it. It's like literally the numbers are almost the same as making the NBA or some shit. It's crazy. Like seriously. So it's like it's a dream within a dream within a dream. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just cool to see that someone that I know has, like I said, this is his lifestyle. It's not some fucking corporation coming in here trying to grow some bullshit. And, you know what I mean? It's not that, man. This is.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's crazy, and that's what I always wanted, or thought when I was young, and just
people that deserve to be here. I know he's one of them. That, you know what I'm saying? You deserve to have this from the shit that he went through to get to this point. You deserve to be able to have this at the finish line.
And I think it goes for both of us too, where we're at, and that's another thing, man. I've been through hell, and just talk with Mark and stuff, and always been through too, and just to see kind of both of us, it's fucking cool, man. And like I said, it's a great feeling.
Did you ever think you were gonna give up?
Shit, when you give up and you don't keep pushing back, man, that's when you go under, and that's when you lose things, And I've had so much adversity happen, to me, and if I just stopped, I'd be fucked, man. So I always just push back.
Lemonade, bro.
And I grinded, man. That's it. I grinded to do everything that I had, and I worked my ass off. And, it's, like I said, it's great to see. So.
And that's why it was you that was picked.
Picked for what?
Why you got it.
Shit, I hope so. Our partners.
Why do you think you got it? Why do you think you guys got it?
I think, I think we, with my partners and I, and, it was just everything kind of clicked and was put together the right way. And we were fortunate enough to get a license, for that. I know other folks, that applied were waitlisted and whatnot. And
why do you think you got the license?
To be honest with you, I really think of the hard work and dedication we put into not only having what we have here and building the brand and seeing, hopefully them seeing a vision we have as well too. And it was actually pretty surreal kind of the day that we found out. We were down we had a big event at the Hydro Shop that day, and we've been waiting and kind of just seeing what was going on, and it kind of happened that same fucking day we had that event. So it was really cool.
It was cool to be there to watch them.
Yeah, man. Just
really see them. And
A moment that you never thought you'd be able to live in your whole life.
You know, I was there with my partner and, you know, and just everybody, all my friends and Mark and at the shop. And it was fucking sweet, man. It couldn't have happened on a cooler day, actually, the way it happened. And things happen for a reason in life, man. And I'm kind of just, you know, I'm hoping the same thing with all this stuff, so.
And why do you think you have what you have?
Same thing, man. Hard work. I don't take no ever. Can't nobody tell me no. That's just a fucking challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell me no. I wish you would, boy.
Yeah, it makes you push harder.
I'm definitely
really,
gonna go do it then.
Yeah.
Like, that's the. You know what I mean? If you say, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do it," oh, I'm gonna go do that. I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah,
go
it definitely
do
makes you want to check that out.
And I'm a lemonade making motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
time something fucked up happens, bro, I make it into something better. You know, knock on wood, bro. You know what I mean?
And that's it, you know, just keep pushing, man. It sucks, man. I don't know. We can talk about shit all day long, but just adversities and stuff and whatnot. So you just got to keep pushing.
Something my mom used to tell me as a kid that I didn't like growing up, but I like now is like there's followers and there's leaders. And, you know, when you're a kid, you're kind of like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean?
It's funny you said that, though, too, because I saw a comment about leaders and stuff, and this really hit to me, though, too. You know, you're not only a leader until you bring the people up alongside you, you know, and that's kind of the way I look at that stuff, man. I want the best for everybody that works for me. All these guys out here busted their ass, you know, to do things all the summer, and I want everybody able to level up the same way that, you know, we've been grinding and all that stuff. So to me, that's a leader and someone that really is able to do that.
Part of history right now, Sam.
Yeah. I know.
And literally sitting in one of the first legal fucking grows in New York State.
Yeah, this is the first interview,
bro. You got
too,
to come
man.
In the month of harvest.
In the month of harvest,
bro. You're like, you know, this is history.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is. It's a journal of like life through my eyes, I guess. Yeah. But honestly, like I want it to be able to you look back in 10 years and be like, oh shit, I have this hour of my life at this very
I'm definitely
going to
check and look back at this podcast once we're done, man. Let's see how everything went.
I hate watching myself speak.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, you're right, man. It's kind of just to see where the journey starts and I guess where it ends. Kind of the same thing. We took pictures here just at the beginning of everything and then now to see it at the end, you're like, Jesus. So, but that's, again, all your hard work, man. So. And the right nutrients, some exotic roots, hydro. So make sure you stop by there to get your nutrients, please.
1042 University
1042
Avenue.
University Avenue.
Yes, and I think
Rochester,
that's something
New York.
I love about you is you are a leader, but you bring people up who can step up to the plate.
Well, I've told you this when you first met me, even the guys around me. Bro, I see talent. I like to bring talent in and around me. Put them in their lane and then get the fuck out of their way. That's what I do, bro. Like when I see him, it's like, come on, man, you guys, what you're doing, like you're just talented in what you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? The way you're moving, the way you're, you know.
It's finding the right people and putting them in their strengths, man. You know, and that's what we talk about here. You know, like he just said, man, you put people in the right strengths and you let them hit the ground running, and you know, you mentor them and you help them and you navigate the things you need to. But other than that, you let them go out and he has some of the best names. God. We smoking shit, and he's like, I want to call this in. I'm like, fuck, man, how'd you think about that?
What's the best name you've created?
Oh, I don't know.
He's got a lot of good ones. I can't share a couple of them because I'm trying to see if I'm going to be able to use them. But he's got some great shit, man. It always just blows me away, just with the marketing and branding stuff too. That's another huge thing that he's got, man. It's just
marketing and brand. That's what
God. It's just everybody, like I said, has their strength, and it's put people in their lanes and let them run.
Yeah.
So.
And you as the listener, you need to find your lane.
Yeah.
Everyone has a lane.
Oh, yeah.
But it could be the craziest thing that you never thought in your life possible. But once you find your lane, you know you're in it.
Yeah.
It's like it's that energy thing. You just feel like a sense of like, even if shit's stressful, even in the most stressful, waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna make you not stressed right now until all this shit's done. But yeah, no.
But do you feel a level of like you are doing what you're supposed to?
Yeah, no, I definitely do, and it's again like I talked about. This shit starting 19 years old. You know, working with that plan. You know, working with the plan, and all that stuff. So yeah.
What do you think your 19-year-old self would think about this right now?
God, man,
He'd be like, damn, let me hold some of that weed.
I don't know. Like I said, it's still hard to believe, but yeah,
Bro.
my 19-year-old self would be happy as shit after all that, you know.
We used
So
to chip in everybody $1 and then fight and argue over who had to spend the money to get the blunt to roll it.
I definitely.
So to
remember
go from having to
those
chip in to
days.
smoke a nick when you're fucking, young,
that
and
Reggie.
no money,
Yeah.
to having fields, come on, man, or your own shop, or just being so immersed in the industry that, so big deal, bro. I haven't stressed about having some weed to smoke and fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's probably the biggest for me. Like, I started all this shit, bro, just so I'd have to pay for it. I just wanted to be able to smoke for free. Swear to God, bro. I was like, just buy a little ounce, sell a couple little things, sell a little, smoke something. Then next thing you know, it started, I'd have a little extra. And I didn't even smoke all this shit. I still had some. So it just snowballed from there, bro. And you know what I mean?
And
Then
now
I'd
we're
be at
here.
a normal
Now
job.
we're here, man.
Then I'd be at a normal job, looking at my pager. Remember those?
Oh, I remember those.
Going, what the fuck? Got $1,000 on my fucking phone. I my pager. I'm out, bro. I'm not flipping no fucking burger. Beat it. I'm the fuck out of here, bro. I'm out. I haven't done that shit since I'm 16. A normal, regular fucking thing.
Yeah.
16. And that was like 2 weeks. I'm not built for that.
What was your job?
I had a couple, bro. So my step pops and my dad and their friend, they do like construction and shit like that. So I always, like, when I was young, up until I was about 16, I always would fucking be working with them.
Yeah.
Back breaking shit. I already knew when I was young I didn't want to do that. So I was like, I don't want to do that. And I made the dumb decision of going to, like, I'm going to go find my own little job. And I got a job. I went to the mall and filled out all the applications at the mall. And the one that called me back was Subway. So I had a job at Subway. I was a sandwich artist for like 2 weeks at the mall, bro. When you walked in the mall,
He was a professional artist.
Yo, bro.
Yep.
Swear to God, bro, I'll make you a sandwich. I still know how to cut the bread.
I've managed to sell a sandwich shop.
did
Let's
you?
have a sandwich off.
yeah,
after
Sandwich
this.
off. Yeah,
But listen, you see this
I'll eat a
fat
couple of those.
boy?
So I'm fucking
You
starving.
see, I run. I have to eat. I'm still big and I run that much. I have to eat all
Yeah,
of
man.
it.
So I did that. Then my brother, he used to manage fucking all these like burger joints. So I worked there for like a month one time too. That didn't work out. Yeah, I just never was for me, man. Never.
To wrap this up, you really don't know how much weed you think is here?
You keep asking me that. I don't know. I never tell anybody.
How many
I
plants are
never
there?
say any of that. Just
You
'cause
think
I
there's a
don't fucking
ton
know.
of weed?
No.
An actual ton on this farm?
No. In this greenhouse, I believe there's 200 and some odd plants in here. I'm not too sure.
How many plants?
200 and something. So
I'll
I'm
tell
not.
you right now.
I don't know. We'll see.
There's not 2,000 pounds of weed on this farm.
I don't know. I'm hoping there's a lot, man.
way more
You
than
know,
that.
for sure.
Yeah, so there's a
Shit,
ton.
so-
There's a
listen.
shit ton.
So
Yeah.
we're hoping everything comes out good. Like I said, and we'll obviously know more soon.
I'll
It's
come back and
beautiful.
I'll ask you.
We just walked.
You ever watch one
you
of
have
those-
the invite.
You ever
obviously,
watch
bro.
those, like, the shows where they go back like 6 months later and see how they were when they? That's gonna be here
That'd be
after you
perfect,
guys
man.
harvest.
Yeah, you can come back. We'll smoke some strains. For
Yeah, I
sure.
want to try some of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
So yeah, I want to thank you, man. for having
Man,
me
thank
on,
you so
sure,
much for
brother,
letting
man,
me do this here. Thank you for
Yeah,
your
man.
time, your
All you rappers out
hospitality.
there that want your own strains,
Yep.
you already know. Hit Exotic Roots. I'll put you in contact.
Oh, we should get a bucked up strain.
We can work it out. We work it
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Bucked
So-
up. That's actually a dope name for a strain.
That is, man.
Yeah.
We'll make the bag your goofy head with the headphones on it right there. That's the bag right there. You open the pop and the weed will pour out of your mouth.
Word.
Marketing genius, right?
See that? Look at that.
Yep.
Peace out, everybody.
See you later.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.